They never saw it coming. Not the quiet transformation. Not the strength that bloomed from the very places they thought would break her. In the beginning, she was the girl they underestimated. The one who stayed in the background. The one who listened while others spoke louder. The one who absorbed the world's sharp edges in silence. Not because she was weak, but because she was learning, watching, becoming. They called her delicate, as if it was an insult. They looked at her soft hands, her gentle eyes, and thought, she won't survive the storm. But storms have a strange way of sculpting a soul. And while they were busy doubting her, she was busy building herself in secret. See, elegance isn't born in the light. It is born in shadow. It is born in the lonely nights no one applauds. It grows in the silence between heartbreak and healing. It takes root in every no she was ever given, and blooms in the defiant whisper of "watch me anyway." There is power in quiet evolution, the kind that doesn't need an audience, the kind that doesn't scream for recognition, because when the world finally sees it, it's already too late to stop it. And now, look at her. The girl they once overlooked has become the woman no one can ignore. She doesn't walk faster, but every step carries a weight that demands attention. She doesn't speak louder, but when she does, the room falls silent, as if even the walls want to listen. This is not arrogance. This is the unshakable calm of someone who has fought battles no one saw and won. They say time heals, but what they don't tell you is that it also sharpens. It chisels away the pieces of you that no longer serve your becoming. It teaches you that true elegance isn't pearls or gowns. It is the kind of strength that doesn't flinch when the ground trembles beneath your feet. Because she learned that elegance is not about perfection. It is about presence. It is about showing up for yourself, even when no one shows up for you. It's the way she stands now, shoulders steady, chin lifted, as if gravity itself bows to her quiet command. They wonder, how did she do it? How did the girl they once dismissed become the woman who owns the room? Here is the truth they will never understand. She stopped waiting. She stopped shrinking. She stopped handing out explanations to people who never earned the right to hear them. She walked away from the noise, from the endless chatter of people who only know how to talk, but not how to build. And in the stillness, she met herself. At first, it was terrifying to sit with the weight of her own reflection, to face the scars, the disappointments, the pieces of herself she had hidden away for too long. But in that quiet mirror, she didn't just see what was broken. She saw what was unkillable. And from that moment on, she was never the same. The storms came, as they always do. But instead of hiding, she stood in the rain and let it wash her clean. Because when you've been through the fire, you stop fearing the rain. And when the thunder roared, she didn't flinch. She smiled. Because storms no longer frightened her. She had become one. Now, she moves differently. Her steps are slow but deliberate. Her silence is louder than their shouting. Her presence carries the kind of gravity that pulls the world toward her without her having to chase it. And this is elegance. Not the kind you see in magazines. Not the kind sold in glittering bottles or stitched into fabric. But the kind that lives in your spine when you refuse to bow. The kind that lives in your hands when you build your own crown. Instead of waiting for someone to hand it to you, there was a time she begged for love, begged for approval, begged for the world to see her. But now, she has no need to beg, because the most powerful women do not ask to be seen. They simply exist in such a way that you cannot look away. And that is who she has become. She is not loud. She is not desperate. She is not trying to prove anything. She is simply untouchable. And this untouchable grace didn't come from easy days or soft lessons. It came from the nights when she held herself together with trembling hands. From the mornings when she rose before the sun and decided once again to try. From every tear she cried in silence while the world slept soundly. From every time she walked into a room full of doubters and chose to stay anyway. They will never understand the cost of her composure. They will never know how much it took to smile like that. Not because her life was perfect, but because she mastered the art of holding her head high, even when it wasn't. And maybe that's the secret. True elegance is not born in what you gain.